Hello everyone, happy Thanksgiving. This is going to be the makeup look that I am going to wear on Thanksgiving, but it's also the makeup look that I've been wearing to a lot of glam nights out that I've been going to. I wore this to my nephew's 15. I actually wore this whole dress to my nephew's little 15 party, and then I went to this benefit like a live auction, and I wore this eye makeup as well. So I've been wearing this look out a lot, and I wanted to recreate it and share it with you guys. I did have this eye look on in my last video, the glam face. So yeah, I wanted to show you the actual eye makeup. So I'll show you guys on Friday what I wore to Thanksgiving, but I will be doing this whole makeup look, so I'm not going to recreate that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and let's get started with the look. For a glam night out, I am going to go and pick on my little bit of higher end palettes. The one that I'm going to use is this one by Too Faced. It's just the semi-sweet chocolate bar palette. So it does have the perfect shades that I want to use for this look. So I'm going to use just all these browns. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this one here. It's called Coconut Cream, and it's just a vanilla shade. I'm just going to tap that all over the eye. I'm going to use this very large fluffy brush. This is just going to set that primer. And really make sure that you get everywhere, because you do want to ensure that you're not going to tug at your eyes. Alright, so the first shade that I'm going to use, and I'm going to place a little bit of a dome brush because I really want to make sure that this color sticks, and it's this one here. It's called Peanut Butter. This is going to be my crease shade, and it's going to be the color that I use to transition. This dome brush like this. I have been doing this look lately, so all of these brushes may have already the shades on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is just place this right into the crease, just like that. And this is just going to really ensure that I warm up these colors. I really am going to go for warm browns. If you have a cooler skin tone, you may want to skip this one or use this one down here called Mousse. It doesn't have that like orangey undertone. So I'm also taking it in this inner part and just really making sure that I stay in the crease. We are going to put some on the lower lash line, but I'll move on, or I'll go to that later. So I'm going to use a bit of a kind of gradient effect with the brown. So the first shade that I'm going to take using just this paddle brush is this one here called Frosting, and it's a very frosty brown. You could have also used this one here called Rum Raisin. This has a little bit more of cool tone to it, so again, if you're cool tone, this one would be the one that would be perfect, but I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to place this from the inner portion all the way to the middle. Using just tapping motions. These smell so good. Just all over the lid like this. And I'm just sticking to about the mid or center part of my lid. As you can see, there is a little bit of fallout, but that's why I am doing the foundation last. All right, now you can take the other side of that brush, but the next color you're gonna go into is gonna be this one here called Cocoa Chili. Yeah, and as you can see, it's got a lot of flecks to it. They're gold, and it's a lot darker. This does have quite a bit of fallout, but I'm gonna go right from the center, really just the center. This is gonna be my lid color, and it does... I'm going to go over the inner portion, but not too far in. And I am going to go a little bit high into the crease with this one. Just because I'm going to exaggerate my eyelid. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and go into the crease. So all that middle section there. Now you want to go ahead and blend out the crease. I'm just going to use this fluffy blending brush and just go right into the crease. I love this color because it has all of that sparkle to it and it just looks so nice. But as you can see, the main lid, the main part of it is matte. It just has those shimmers to it. It's not frosted like the first one. As you can see, the texture changes a bit right here. It's frosted. And that's what I wanted because I want the inner portion to kind of have a different texture so that it looks different, because we're working with the same tone in all of these colors. I want them to have different textures. So for the most part, this cocoa chili color is matte. It just has those gold flecks in it. And that first color, that rum raisin, or I'm sorry, the first color that frosted, it was very shimmering. The color itself was like a satin and it had that frosted effect to it. All right, so I am going to go back and deepen that up a little bit, especially on this lid part, closer to the lid. The last color I'm going to take here in this outer portion is going to be the darkest yet, but it's not going to be black. It's going to be very cool toned and frosted. It's this color here and it's called Hot Fudge. And as you can see, the tone is cooler, cooler than this one or these three here, but and it has a bit of a frosted texture. I'm going to use this angled brush. It's the Delium 766. Placing all of that in this outer portion, just keeping it concentrated back there. Just really concentrating that in this outer area. That's where you want the most drama. And this brush really helps me to make that cat eye. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of the top crease with this, but not a lot. Again, I'm going to go into that cat eye and then go into the top crease with it. I'm going to go back into my blending brush, and actually I'm going to use this one here because it has like that point to it, and I think it's perfect. As you can see, that orangey shade is still there. You can still see it. All right, so now I'm going to do the same to the lower lash line. I'm going to take first this kind of dome brush, this one here. It's very similar to the dome brush that I used for the top, but it's a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go into peanut butter again, which is that a very warm orangey or tan color. I just made a guide right there where I want my concealer to start and stop. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do my whole face. I'm also going to change into the dress that I'm going to wear because I don't want the foundation to show up on the collar. So I will do all that and be right back. So I'm going to go ahead and bake the under eyes a little bit while I finish up the eyes. And now I'm going to go ahead and go back into that peanut butter color and just place this all in this area here. Now I'm going to go in with a pencil brush and go into frosting and just repeat the steps. I'm going to put this in the inner portion here. And as you can see, it carries a little bit of light right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take another pencil brush. This is just a similar brush. I'm going to go into Cocoa Chili, which is the lid or the center color that I placed on top, and just place that right in the center. And then using that same brush, I'm going to go into Hot Fudge and just place that in the outer portion. So now we have our lower lash lids done as well. I'm going to go back to the top and really just blend. I am going to go ahead and take my Infallible Pro setting spray and set my powder brush, paddle brush, and I'm going to go into Cocoa Chili and just tap that right in the center. And then go into that blending brush and blend it into that tan shade. Now I'm going to take this angled brush like this one, and I'm going to go into Licorice, which is just this matte black color, and I'm very carefully going to line my lid, but I'm not trying to make a harsh black line. So I'm just going to deepen up my lash line. So just really getting it right where that lash line is so that I don't cover up or really show a lot of the matte black. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and dust off the bake. I'm going to just use this brush here. And I'm going to go ahead and contour, and I'll be right back again. Alright, so I've contoured and highlighted a little bit. Now I'm going to apply my blush. The one that I'm using is this one by Ben Nye. It's called Powder Rouge in Dark 7 Coral. And it's just a really good brush for this face because it's a nice coral color and it's very warm, very similar to that transition color. Now I'm going to go ahead and curl the lashes and apply mascara. The mascara that I'm using today is actually going to be two. I'm going to use first this one by Stila. It's called Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. And then I'm going to go over it with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. Also, I will link below the full Glam face that I did because I did a whole video specifically on that. I will link it below and try to link it here on the screen as well. I really like this because it is not heavy at all and it helps to hold the curl. Now while it's still a little wet, I'm going to go over it with the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. This is just going to add the drama. Although that mascara, they're both very similar. So either or, just 2 coats of mascara. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my highlight. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills That Glow Kit. I use Dripping in Gold and Sunburst, just a mixture of both. Perfect. Now for the lips, I'm going to go between 2. The first one I'm going to use is this one by Urban Decay. It's called Matte Stark Naked, and it's just a nude color, but it does have a little bit of a darker tone to it. So I'm going to place that first all over the lips. Again, it has that apricot-y or tan tone to it, which really ties in that tan color and the tan cheeks. That off, and I'm going to apply this one by Bare Minerals. It's the Marvelous Moxie, and it's in the shade Rule Breaker. And it has that kind of apricot-y tone to it. Again, I'm just going to go with all those tones. Much better. I almost forgot the brows. I bought this brow pencil from Ulta the other day and I wanted to try it. Well, I've actually already tried it and I did like it. So it is dual ended, and the first one I'm going to use is the Brow Duo. It's in the color Tint, just to really fill in any gaps. It's actually very creamy, which I don't mind. Some people don't like a creamy pencil for the brows, but I actually don't mind it. It feels like it has some wax to it, and it's helping my brows kind of stay in place. So it's kind of got two birds with one stone a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the other side just because it's there. And I'm going to take the highlight color. This is called Sweet and Shimmer Brow Duo. So just using that pinky shade. Just gonna carve out like the edge of the brow. I liked it. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my, what is this? The Becca Champagne Pop. And I'm going to take a bit and just place that in this inner portion here just to add a bit of light. There we go. And lastly, I'm just going to finish off using a few spritz of this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Setting Spray. So that's it for the whole look. Give your hair a good brush through and you're good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed the look, and if you recreate it, let me know by tagging me on Instagram so I can take a look at the look that you do if you do decide to recreate it. And I hope you got some inspiration from it. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.